He didn't even look at me when he said it. From now on, we split everything 50-50. I'll only care for myself. He sipped his wine, eyes on the glass, as though dismissing a waitress. I didn't flinch. I didn't argue. I only said, "All right." My voice was calm, too calm, and in that silence, he mistook surrender for acceptance. Back then, I thought we were unshakable. We met in a law library, of all places, two dreamers drowning in ambition. He was brilliant, charming, wealthy by birth. I was sharp, relentless, a woman who knew how to climb on her own. We built each other, or at least I thought we did. For 10 years, I carried him, smoothed his edges, celebrated his wins, sacrificed my hours, my body, my future. When I landed a promotion, he toasted me as if it were his triumph. When he doubled his income, I smiled wider than he did. We were partners, or so I believed, until the day the company cut me loose. The silence after the HR call still rings in my ears. I thought he would hold me, remind me I wasn't defined by a paycheck. Instead, he measured me in numbers I no longer brought in. The betrayal revealed itself slowly. A new cologne he'd never worn before. Late meetings that didn't match his calendar. Smudges of lipstick, too faint to be careless, too deliberate to be innocent. I didn't storm through his phone like some desperate fool. I didn't need to. People expose themselves in patterns. I watched. I listened. I collected. The final nail came in a dinner receipt, slipped into his jacket pocket. 2 entrees, 1 champagne, 1 hotel room suite. Her name was scribbled in rushed handwriting across the back, "See you Friday." My chest burned, but I didn't cry. Instead, I folded the receipt into my jewelry box and closed the lid. Evidence, not emotion. That was the moment I shifted. He thought his betrayal broke me, but it only sharpened me. I started small. I took over the bills. He never noticed. I'd always handled the details anyway. I rerouted statements, tracked his accounts, mapped out every hidden asset. While he whispered promises into another woman's ear, I whispered to attorneys. He forgot that I am meticulous, that I understand contracts better than he does. He forgot that silence is more dangerous than screaming. For months, I played the dutiful wife. Cooked, smiled, listened. Each "I love you" he threw at me was a rope I let him tighten around his own neck. The plan unfolded piece by piece. Step 1, secure myself. I quietly opened an account under my maiden name, redirected small, unnoticeable amounts, enough to build a foundation. Step 2, document everything. Every receipt, every message, every lie, stitched together into a perfect timeline of betrayal. Step 3, strike the law. In our prenup, buried in legal jargon he never fully read, was one clause I insisted on a decade ago. Any evidence of infidelity voided his financial protections. He'd laughed when I asked for it, called it paranoid romance, signed without a glance. That clause became my sword. The climax came one quiet evening. We sat at the same table where he'd first dismissed me. His phone buzzed. Her name lit the screen. I slid the folder across to him. Inside, bank statements, hotel receipts, photographs. And at the top, a copy of our prenup. The clause highlighted in red. He froze. For once, the words didn't come easily to him. I watched the confidence drain from his face, drop by drop, like blood from a wound. "You wanted 50-50, I said, voice steady. "But by law, I get everything. The house, the accounts, even the car you bought her with our money." He stammered something about mistakes, about forgiveness. I only smiled. A small, practiced smile that cost me nothing. "It's already filed," I whispered. The truth hit him harder than any slap. Resolution. The divorce was swift, surgical. His mistress left when the money dried up. He begged, cursed, threatened, but the law doesn't care for broken men who built their kingdoms on deceit. I walked away with more than half. The house, the savings, freedom, dressed in numbers, and peace. Not the peace of reconciliation, not the fragile peace of forgetting, but the solid, bone-deep peace of justice carried out. Sometimes people ask if I regret it, if I regret saying only all right that night instead of fighting back. But here's the truth. Silence is the most dangerous weapon. He never saw it coming, and that was my victory. Because in the end, I didn't just split everything 50-50, I took what was mine and left him with exactly what he deserved. Nothing.